All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the BAM cast. We are down one today.
We are tragically.
hmm He started off the last episode by like ranking us in order of importance. So the tiniest little inconvenience came up and we cut him.
Yeah,
And so that's just
gone.
where we're at.
Gone.
Yep. Good riddance. No, he's got the sniffles right now. So he's just
Yeah.
making sure that he's good to go, taking some meds, and resting up.
He's basically quarantining because I told him as soon as he told me, "Hey, I think I'm a little bit stuffy right now." I was like, "It's probably just allergies, not a big deal." But I was like, "You have to stay away. Cannot be around me. Do not touch me. Do not kiss me. Like the baby is coming and I'm going to see that baby." So we are in separate rooms of the house and he's quarantining by himself. I don't even think he's sick. He says, "I feel completely fine. I just have a runny nose." I'm like, "Don't care.
Mhm.
Stay away."
Better safe than sorry.
Right.
No, I already told you guys, but that that means a lot because a lot of people would just still like not say anything because they didn't want us to be like weird about it and then put us in a weird position of having to be like, hey, I'm sorry, but like we want you all to recover before you come meet her and see her. And so I'm glad y'all, it means a lot that you guys are being proactive and that you guys are doing that stuff without us even asking. Because obviously, like a newborn baby, they don't have an immune system. Their entire immune system is just mom
Yeah.
and breast milk.
Yeah.
Um, so that means a lot.
Yeah. They're susceptible to anything and everything that little. So definitely want to make sure
Everything.
she's okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's all on his own until I meet Blakely.
Yep. You're
Sorry.
like, peace out. It's a little
Yeah.
vacation for both of y'all.
Right. A little break.
Yeah. But he or I guess update for the people because they don't know. I'm gonna be a dad in like probably 2 days or less. Hopefully less than 2 days.
Yeah.
But we are 39 and some change. And so after 39 weeks, our doctor was like, yeah, if you want to get induced, you can. And Kenzie's been like in the pre-labor phase of things for like 3 weeks now, like Braxton Hicks randomly all the time, super crampy, a lot of back pain, just uncomfortable. She already hasn't been sleeping like at all for the last 3 weeks just because of all the discomfort and you're having to get up and go to the bathroom several times at night because your bladder has zero room. Um, and so she's just kind of miserable. And so we scheduled an induction. It is tomorrow. So by the time that this is out, prayers, we have a healthy, happy,
Yes.
safe little baby and mom. And yeah, I'll be a dad.
I know. I'm so excited. I cannot believe that you guys might bring a human into this world tomorrow or Friday.
I know.
We're going to have a whole Blakely day. I cannot wait. It's going to be so fun.
Insane.
It is.
So her birthday is going to be either the 6th or the 7th of August. I don't know anybody with those birthdays. So that's
No, yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier. I was like, at least she's going to have like her own day. I don't, aside from Kenzie's mom, I don't think I know anyone else who has an August birthday. So Blakely now.
I mean, a few of our friends from college, like Kai Lynn's was the 2nd.
Okay. Yes, I do know that
Um,
actually.
she was hoping for a birthday twin. Caleb's, I think, is the 14th.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I didn't realize they were all in August.
yeah, and then Lori, I think, is the 14th as well. So, but it's not going to be on those days. So
Yeah, she'll have her own day still, which
she'll
is
have her own day, her own week.
yes. That's so exciting.
hmm
Okay, so talking about you being a father, what is like the one thing you're most excited for in fatherhood? And what is one thing that you're like, I could do without diaper changing, whatever it might be?
Yeah. Um, I think most excited for is just like I mean, I've been waiting for this for
Literally
so
since you were
long.
like 16.
Yeah, I have. I've been waiting for this for a long time, which is funny because I don't think a lot of people know that about me, unless you are like a super close friend and you've seen me like around kids and stuff. Um, so I've been waiting for this for a long time. So I'm just excited to like be like the little boring moments even at home, just like laying around with her, playing with her, like all of the all of the things. The part I guess I'm least excited for is I don't even care about the diapers. That's just part of it. And
Proud.
also from what I've read and seen, the like dads end up loving a lot of times. Like if they're like, like a present dad that like is really um, all about their baby, they end up loving diaper time because that's a time that's like if I'm in charge of diapers, that's a time that if I can only see the baby whenever it's diaper time or sleep time, like during diaper time, like she's awake, she might look at me, like there might be like a little smile, I can talk to her for a little bit. So I'm not even like that. I'm not even like dreading diaper time.
That's good.
Um, the lack of sleep is what I'm most like worried about because I have gotten really consistent, like great sleep for like the last 3 years. I really made it a priority. And I mean, being under, I think it's like sleeping less than like 4 or 5 hours a night is like the equivalent to somebody being intoxicated, like
Yeah,
fully past the legal limit of intoxicated. And so that's why I think people call it the newborn trenches is because like you're so irritable, you're so out of it, your brain cannot like comprehend and like your cognition is just off. You can't focus and you and your partner are both going through that. So then it's like also just a storm with that of like they've got needs, you've got needs, baby's got needs. You're trying to like make sure that so that's the only part I'm kind of like worried about and trying to like do some research on of um what does make the most sense
mhm,
to make sure everybody's good. Because I know how I am, and I know that if I just try to, like, do it all, where, like, get up every time Kinsey gets up at night and, also be the one that puts her back to sleep every time and taking care of Kinsey because Kinsey can't really get out and about around the bed for a lot, so making all of her meals and all of that and taking care of the baby nonstop. I'll just drain my own cup and then I'll be no good to anybody at home or at work.
mhm.
And so I got to figure out something there too to just make sure that's all good and sustainable.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this picture to show people how serious you are about sleep. 'Cause I have a pic
Lord,
oh, well, it's a picture of me, but this is a man who literally hopefully you can see that, used to wear this eye mask
I
plus
still do.
okay, see? Plus mouth tape. What else did you do? There were, like,
No strip.
no strip, so he looked like an alien going to bed, like, Kenzie even told him, "You can't do this anymore. You've gotta pick, like, 1, maybe 2 things, but we're not gonna do this."
Yeah, I still do the eye mask every single night.
Which is smart because it does drown out light, which is nice.
I'm a very and that's part of the reason that I know the sleep thing's gonna be tough because I've even like gotten way less sleep the last 3 weeks because Kenzie's up and
Mhm,
around so much more. Um, I'm a very light sleeper, so like a light coming on or off, her even like rolling over in bed or getting up to the bathroom for sure, or I know any type of cry or anything from the baby will wake me up too. So I'm worried about that as well because I'm not going to be able to sleep through that because I can't sleep through anything.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I do take my sleep very seriously.
Yeah, you do. I'm sure it'll be rough for a little bit. I know that I feel like it's just phases with babies and toddlers. Sometimes it's amazing and it's like they're sleeping through the night, so you're getting the best sleep and then there's sleep regression. I mean, it's just like all part of it. It's probably going to be up and down for quite a while. But eventually, I feel like you and she will find like a good groove
Yeah,
and then hopefully everyone's getting good sleep. Cuz I mean, you and Lindsay are going to need it for sure.
we are. Mom was saying, I was just talking to her. She was saying that her and dad will alternate nights. So
Mhm.
like tonight's your responsibility, tomorrow's my responsibility. And like if she was like sometimes a given night would be like you're up like 8 or 10 times, and sometimes it was like 3 times. And like if you got a bad night, sorry, luck of the draw, you got a bad night. Um, and so I don't. The thing I'm trying to wrap my mind around is like they did not get any. I'm taking about a month-ish. It's gonna be cut shorter than I would like it to because of workshops and kind of responsibilities. So I'm gonna show up to speak at the workshops and whatnot. Um, but she would say, like, sometimes your dad would have a rough night, so it'd be like 8 or 10 times that he'd wake up, and then at the time, he had to leave for work at 5 AM. So then he would just tap me in at 5 AM, even though he's been up all night, and then he would go to work and do his thing at work. And then I would be, day shift, and then he'd get back, and then he would kind of tap me out so that I could go nap for an hour or two. And then he would take that, but then he got to sleep the rest of the night. So I'm like, I'm trying to picture that schedule. I've done hard things before. I can know I can get through it, but it is going to be, I don't think there's really a way to like conceptualize what that's going to mean or be.
Yeah, I feel like you just figure it out as you go. But the good thing, like, about, mom and dad and, like, you guys have so many people in your corner that are willing to, "Hey, we will, watch Blakely take care of her for 3 hours. You guys go take a nap." And I feel like when they say it takes a village to raise a kid, like, that's what they mean. Because there's gonna be times
Yeah.
where you guys are just thoroughly exhausted, like, can't think straight, need sleep, need to eat or whatever, and that's where, like, people, I feel like, step in and just help you alleviate some of that exhaustion.
Yeah.
So hopefully when that time comes, we'll all be there for you. And we're all close by, so it's nice too.
Yeah. No, I know you guys will all jump in and help. But yeah, it just feels insane. Like I know it hasn't fully set in. Every time I feel like it is setting in, I just like get emotional and basically start crying. Um, but the fact that I might be able to hold my baby girl in my arms in less than 48 hours is just insane.
It is insane to think about. Like, she's not here, and then she just is gonna be here. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy.
It is.
For anyone who's an only child, or you're not old enough for your siblings to have kids, or you are old enough that just haven't had kids, it is so weird. Not weird. It's, like, awesome to see, but it's also, like, so strange because this is the person that I was in diapers with, and now
Yeah.
you're having a little baby. I think that's so crazy, and Jermaine and I were talking about it because he has such a large age gap in his
Yeah.
siblings, so he was like, "I wasn't, like, old enough to really, like, appreciate it or acknowledge what was happening," and he was like, "This is so cool because you guys are so close in age, so close as just siblings in general, so and I've got
Hmm.
to see you and Kenzie literally from day 1 to now.
Hmm.
Just it's wild, but I'm
It
excited.
is. It is. We were just talking about your aunt name. You haven't picked one out yet.
No, whatever I'm telling you, whatever Blakely names me, that's what I'm gonna go for it. Just like mom, our mom's name is Yaya because, I don't know, our little cousins, or I guess her nieces and nephews, were randomly, doing their little baby babbling, whatever, and she randomly picked up Yaya is something they would say all the time, so their name
Hmm.
is Yaya, and I feel like I'm gonna do the same thing because most little ones can't say Addie or anything like that for a
Yeah.
long time, so she wants to call me A, okay, if she wants to call me Ah, that's fine too, I'll take it.
Hmm. Auntie Aw.
Yeah. I mean,
It's funny.
it would be cute because it's coming from her, so I wouldn't care.
Yeah. Trying to think of what would be easy for her to say, because like, Kenzie's aunt name is, KK, Aunt KK,
Uh, which is good.
um,
Like your
and I get
Uncle B.
yeah, mine's Uncle B, um,
Jermaine wants to be Uncle Jay because he thinks Jay will be easy to say. Like, what the heck do you do for Addie? I don't know.
yeah, we need to ask AI what, would be good aunt names for you.
Right, like, create a bunch of names so I can pick.
Yeah, you can just test it out on her and see what she reacts to.
Yeah, whatever she, like, latches, I'll pick it. We'll see. We shall see. What is Kinsey most nervous about going into labor? I know we've kinda talked about it before, and she's like, "I don't really know what to expect. I don't think it's really hit yet, then I'm gonna go into labor."
Yeah, um, she's just nervous in general, I don't know, I mean, she's read she's read some books on it and stuff. She's, um, done as much kind of prep as she can see. I don't know. She's just like nervous about getting through that. We also don't know how big she is because we haven't like measured her since 30 weeks.
She's
And she was like
chunky.
almost 5 pounds at that point, and she had pretty chunky cheeks.
Mhm.
So now we don't know because she like cooked for so long. We don't know if she's massive. We don't know if she's still kind of in that middle ground and might be like 7 or 8 pounds.
Yeah.
We don't know if she's like you and is gonna be gargantuan.
I hope she is. I mean, not for Kenzie. I hope that it goes smoothly and it's easy for her, but I hope she's a chunk. It would be so cute.
Be it would be.
I'm excited to see her.
It says aunt names. It says Addie would probably be good. Because that's very toddler friendly. Um, Dee Dee, it says, just repeating the end of your name,
I could do that. I could do that.
Dee Dee.
I feel like eventually
Uh,
she'll be able to say Addie. It'll just be like it won't be in like her cutest years of like learning to speak though.
yeah, it says TT as well, like if because auntie, and so it's like you could just go TT.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, those are pretty much.
I could do Dee Dee or I can do Addie, but I guess we'll have to see what she like can say. Cause like Yaya, that's like baby babble 101. Like she's gonna say Yaya in like the first 7 months.
Hmm.
I need something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It is wild. It is. It doesn't feel real, but
I know.
I
About
imagine.
to get
Well,
real.
I know the thing that mom and I were talking about too is that it is like, we're going to be induced at 4:30, so you've got, like, 7 hours, so, like, she'll probably be typically, they'll induce you at, like, 8 p.m., and then throughout that night, you start to kinda be contracting, and then by morning, things are kinda kicking off, and there'll be a baby soon. So, no matter what, we're setting up day 1 is, like, we wake up tomorrow, and we're probably up for 24-ish hours.
Yeah.
Um, so like we're gonna start off in a major sleep deficit. So mom was like, y'all are gonna have to be very intentional about either like sending her to the nursery for a little bit so you guys can take a nap for a few hours after she's born or like something because you don't want to go home already like in bad shape.
Mhm. Yeah. You're like a little over 24 hours out from being induced, which is wild,
Hmm.
and then less than 48 hours out from her being here. I'll hold her while you take a nap. It's okay.
Sounds good. You can just sit in there silently.
I'll wake you up every hour when she needs to eat.
Yeah. Or get a diaper change.
I got you.
Mm. We were also talking about you have like really ramped up socials and like content and everything. So talk about that. What's going on with you?
I don't know. I feel a lot more motivated, I guess. Not even motivated. I kind of talked to you about it already. You and Jermaine. I attended another workshop with you last month, and I feel like what kind of lit the fire were some conversations between you and Jermaine and I, um, kind of like addressing me being in a rut. Like I felt like I was in a rut for a really long time. I don't really know what it was. It kind of started before we moved to Dallas, and then once we got into Dallas, I feel like I just never hit my stride. And then I went to the workshop. And I feel like after that, I was just like, I have no excuse not to like be locked in and to make the content. I should not care what people think. I should not care if it's like, popular or viral or not. Like it's my page, my brand, my business. And ultimately it doesn't thrive unless like I'm putting the work in, right?
Yeah.
And so I just think that clicked for me. And we talked about this in another podcast. We switched gyms. I started going to a different gym. I do really like it. I'm starting to dabble in some workout classes too, which is fun and different. And I just think that I've been, I guess, more so taking care of me and like what I enjoy. And I'm not creating content that feels like a job. I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, this idea hit. So let me go film this today. Or, oh, I have this workout today. So let me film 3 to 5 pieces of how to perform this movement or what this looks like or little funny workout clips or whatever. And it's me just like actually enjoying life and enjoying the things I'm creating rather than feeling like, you know, we've talked about it before. There's always like a time period between like an idea entering your brain and then actually executing. And I feel
Yes.
like I'd always have ideas enter my brain and then I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, I could film that eventually. I could film that." And then I just keep thinking and thinking, never execute.
Normal.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that was, like, a huge issue for me.
Mhm. It's very normal, and I mean, you've heard me talk about it at the workshops and stuff of, like, Hormozy has that definition in power, and it's basically how short the amount of time is between, like, when something pops into your head and your ability to execute on it or make it a real thing. And so he always uses the example of, like, if you think about the ultimate example of power, it's God. As he was thinking, the universe was being created, like, all of existence was being created in real time. And so, like, that's ultimate power. So, like, how powerful are you between when your idea comes into place and then when you actually do something about it? Um, just always working on shrinking that gap. Always.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been a lot better at doing that because that was probably one of my biggest issues is it's almost like decision paralysis, and I feel like I talk about this with my girls all the time, like limit the decisions you have to make because the more you just keep it simple, the easier it is to stick to. But if you're constantly thinking about how can I meet my macros today? What can I change? What meal can I create? You're gonna sit there and look at it over and over and over again, and you're never actually going to meet the macros or make the meals or whatever it is. And I think for me, it's that same thing. I would think of all these things that I could do or should do, and then I never put it into action because I'm just like, okay, now I'm overwhelmed. So
Yeah.
now I'm stressed for no reason other than like I'm perceiving this stress. So
Hmm.
like that's been like a big change for me lately.
Yeah. I mean, that's good to realize that and recognize it because it is a big, um, the first step to like changing anything or building on anything is just recognizing or identifying the problem that you're trying to fix. And then once it's there, you can kind of handle it, go
Yeah.
after it.
Yeah. I mean, I even this is how I feel like maybe you notice this, maybe you don't, but I feel like this is also growth for me because me in like years past probably would have been like, I'm like not doing anything wrong. My performance is fine. But I kind of brought the issue to you guys and I was like, hey, I feel like I haven't really been doing what needs to be done. I'm really not performing at the capacity I know I should be. And it was more so me just kind of bringing light to that. And you guys were both like, yeah, we know. So I feel like it was also a reality check because it's 2 people I'm in business with, 2 people I care about saying, like, hey, yeah, we've noticed the issues, the struggle, and like we do think you need to step it up, figure out where this rut is coming from, and we need to get you out of it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And that also helped light a fire because I was like, I don't want to disappoint 2 people that like I value their opinions and their outlooks on me and in business. So
Hmm.
all good things.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's been cool. Yeah, I feel like we're seeing kind of like more and more people. You've had several clients like come back since you started posting more and kind of diving into that more. You've had a bunch of people that have started to inquire about working with you and getting on the team. So I know it's going to pay off. At the end, you've always talked about your goal and what your mission is with the women that you help and work with. And so being able to work with more of them is on the other side of what you're currently doing right now. So that's exciting to me.
Yeah. Agreed. It's
Hmm.
been good lately.
Good. What else are you excited about other than baby and content and things like that? You're about to hit like 6K on YouTube, I saw.
Yeah, I've been loving YouTube. I think it's funny because I was okay, some of my 2026 New Year's resolutions are out the window because
Yeah.
I have, like, these times where I'm, like, so motivated, so locked in, and then I have these times where life is, like, very busy and I'm just focused, things take priority, things take the back burner, it's all normal. But I get back to the things that I really enjoy, and I was thinking about that the other day. Like, eventually one day I wanna monetize YouTube, I think that would be really cool, like, it's just another avenue of income, but it's also something I have fun with. Even if I get I don't know, even if I was getting, like, 6 views on a video, I probably wouldn't care because I like talking to the camera, I like taking people along in, like, what I do outside of fitness, and I think that's also why I've been enjoying my content a lot more because 'cause I'm not doing just fitness. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
doing more me, whether it's grabbing a coffee, spending the morning with me or whatever, and that's, like, the content creation that I love the most. And even
Mhm.
though I always judge myself when I talk to the camera, I feel like that's when people get to know me the best, and I don't know, I just like to blab even if there's no point to it.
Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, we tell all sorts of coaches, like, a lot of coaches are still not doing talking content, period.
Mhm.
And so when it comes to talking content, like, there's different tiers as well in terms of, like, trust acceleration. Like, your top of funnel stuff that's gonna typically do better, now it's become more of that, like, more unedited, more free flowing, more, "I'm just convicted about this topic, and I didn't even think to, like, script it out. I'm just telling you what my thoughts on the thing." And so that in short form accelerates trust. It can, kind of bring people into a window of like who you are, what you believe, what you look like. But the YouTube stuff, it's unless you're doing like a full on like movie skit type of setup, you can't hide like who you are and how you speak and your personality and stuff like that because it's just you talking for long periods of time to the audience on the other side of that. And so they really get to see like how you interact and that's where a big part of I mean, same thing with podcasts. That's where a big part of like the parasocial relationship comes in, which is like a new thing in our generation of like there might be our podcast isn't very big yet, right? But there might be some people that listen to this that we don't even know in everyday life, but like they know a significant amount about us and what's going on with us. And so if they walked up to us, let's just say on the street and said like, might walk up to me, for example, and be like, "Hey, how's the baby doing?" And I'm like, "I've never even seen this person in my life." And I'm like, "Good. Have we met before?" But like that's what the podcast like I have podcasters that I listen to that I'm like, I could carry on a full on conversation about what's going on in their life and what I know that they think is funny or not funny or what they believe or don't believe
Yeah.
that have never even seen my face before. They have no clue that I even exist in the world.
Yeah.
And so that's like a newer concept, but it's called parasocial relationships. And it's from that. But like at the same time, those people that I like really enjoy and I listen to a lot of their stuff and all of that, I'm gonna have an above average, like, I guess, draw into purchasing from them, buying from them, like doing calls to action whenever they want me to buy merch or whatever the case may be, because I have that much trust and I do view it as a relationship in my life. Our brains can't tell that we're not actually friends with them. Our brains just think like we spend a lot of time with them. We have like conversations in our head with them. Like this is a part of our group, our tribe.
Yeah, that's true, which is crazy.
It's weird.
But it is true.
But you deal with that stuff a lot more than me because you get recognized from people on like social media and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, which is always, like, fun. It's always fun meeting people. I remember even recently, which was so random because where we live, I had a girl DM me and say, "Oh my gosh, like, I cannot believe I just saw you walking around my hometown Target." And I'm like, "What? I didn't even know I didn't even know you were there. Like, you should have said hi that sometime, or you should have said hi to me, or come say hi sometime." And I mean, it's just, like, funny because you don't ever know who's watching. You don't know
Yeah,
how far they are from you, how close they are to you. They see you in person, but there are tons of people that are watching you all the time and they'll recognize you and they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I wanted to say hi," or "I saw you walking around the store," or "We went and got Cheesecake Factory one time and a girl like pulled me aside and
yeah,
said, 'Oh my gosh, you're Addison.'" And I was like, "Oh, hi." Like it's such random places and I feel like that also kind of motivates me to keep going because I don't know who's watching. I don't know who I'm going to help. I don't know who's going to get something from my content. I don't know who watches my content as like some people have comfort creators. I don't know. Like, as long as I'm doing something, helping in some way, or like providing some kind of value, comfort, whatever it is to people,
Mhm.
I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. It's weird because I get, like, a version of that with our clients now because I don't
Yeah.
get to talk to every client anymore, and the craziest example I have of it is last Lead Summit, we did we did, like, a meet and greet night 1, which we always do,
Mhm.
and so that was the first, like, probably 6 or 8-month period of time where I was, like, not actively, like, on our office hours or onboarding people or working with a ton of clients one-on-one anymore. And, a guy came up to me and I was like, "Hey, what's up, man? Like, my name's Baker." He's like, "I know who you are." And I was like, "Oh, oh, I guess I mean, because I'm in a lot of the training videos." And he's like, Your software changed my life and, my business." And I'm like, "Tell me more." And I don't even know this person's name yet, right? Like, I'd never even met them, but somehow from, like, the things that we've built and worked on, I had indirectly a big impact on this person's business or life, and so it is like just the power of, if you're putting value out there, you don't ever realize how big that possibly is. And even if it's not like widespread, how deep it can go with individuals.
Yeah, yeah, it is true. I mean, I feel like you guys have just through like your company and everything, you guys have definitely ingrained in myself and Jermaine. It's really not about like how wide your reach is. It's about like who you're connecting with on kind of like a personal basis almost. Like those are the people who are going to get the most from you. Those are the people who
Mhm.
want to work with you because they're just locked in. They're locked into anything and everything you're talking about, saying. They're watching stories, they're watching YouTubes. So I think that's really cool. 'Cause to me, you're more famous, like, in the fitness industry than I am because everybody like, all the fitness coaches, influencers, whatever, know you because
Mhm.
90% of them, like, work with you to build their business, which I think is insane. I go into a room and I'm like, "I don't know anyone here, but Baker knows a million people, and they all have huge businesses and social media presences," and I'm like, "I don't even know who's who's on what business." Like, it's overwhelming, but it's really cool to see you guys thrive and have so many connections.
Yeah, it's put us in a lot of cool areas.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out, like you guys have, the personal brand side of things, because I I do feel like I have a big audience in the fitness space. Like, probably 90% of my followers are coaches. But I do not. All of them are better creators than me, so I've got to figure out how to start to put some stuff out that applies to, like, a wider audience.
Yeah, well, you're also running a very large business, very successful business, and, can you tell the people when you're gonna start creating dad content so that
I've
people
got
can
to
learn
pretty
from
much
you?
immediately.
How do I manage a giant company while also managing my relationship with my wife and taking care of a little newborn baby? I think that would blow up.
Yeah, I'll have to start doing, like day in the life, behind the scenes dad content.
You should. 1, Blakely is gonna make that video go viral because she's gonna be so cute. And
Yeah,
2,
true.
people are gonna see the marriage and relationship that you and Kenzie have. They're gonna see the business that you're running, how you are a parent literally trying to do it all, messy or not. And I think that people just relate to that because everyone's just trying to survive day by day. And
Mhm.
there are tons of new parents out there navigating parenthood and also tons of men chasing whether it's building a business or just, like, running up in their companies or whatever it is, trying to get that promotion, I think that it would definitely relate to a lot of people.
I agree.
Kids
Yeah, I
but whatever.
all of my, content that does well is, I can't tell if the correlation is Kinsey in the content, or if the correlation is, like, that's the only time that I actually show, like, a little bit of goofiness and being a little funny or like, my actual personality.
Yeah. I think it's
So, I don't.
relatable, just like your post with hopefully you guys all saw, if you haven't, you need to check it out, but he posted a video or not a video, a slideshow of him and Kenzie and all the things that she's been using when she's
Mhm.
pregnant, saying, "Well, I'm carrying your child," etcetera. I think people just relate to that because they're like, marriages and relationships and stuff like that look perfect online until you do things like that, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, so she does the same thing as me, or Baker's doing
Yeah.
the same thing as me." And I just think that that's what people are like, "That's hilarious. That's funny because my wife did the same thing." Or women hyping her up and be like, "As she should. Good job, Kenzie."
Mhm.
I think that those things just really resonate because it's real life and it's really what people go through, especially during pregnancy.
Yeah. So I gotta find a way to post more of that, but also post it in a way where it lends to building. Because I think if people, like, go look at my page after that, then maybe they're expecting all relationship or dad content, and then they're like, "Oh, this is just another business guy." So I gotta figure out some way to make it to where, like, you might find me through a video like that, but the rest of my stuff is also semi fun to watch. Um, so
Day in the
it's
life
a
as a
work in
newborn
progress.
dad while you're COO, that's technically, like, the title, right? Day in the life as a dad while being COO of a multi-million dollar company. Boom.
$1 trillion idea.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I think it'd be great.
Have to. I know you and Jermaine have been pushing me, so I'll have to do it.
Yeah, maybe we should just become your, like, almost like a reality TV show. We just follow you around with cameras and then send you some clips, and you just pick out what you wanna post.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. I don't know if I could afford y'all's rates.
I would be charging a hefty rate for my
I
time.
believe it. I believe it.
Mostly because 'cause you're my brother, so, mm,
Yeah, brother fee.
yeah, extra.
What are tell the people kind of what the, I guess, loose plan is with the pod the next few weeks.
Yeah, so since Baker is entering fatherhood, I am gonna be an aunt, but I guess it's not as important, so I'll be here. As they are adjusting to parenthood, I believe Jermaine and I are going to take over for 2, maybe 3 weeks, and then Baker will join us back, and we're gonna do pretty much all virtual podcasts until Baker is back at work, back in office. Um, so likely won't see us in person until probably, like, mid-September, I would say,
Yeah, probably.
around there. But we will still plan on releases every single Wednesday, so you guys are seeing this on a Wednesday, we're filming one. Wait, I just, like, glitched. Okay, yeah, wait. Okay. You guys are seeing this on Wednesday. We're also filming one on this exact Wednesday for the following week, and it'll be like that for the next couple weeks, and then Baker and Jermaine and I plan to meet up probably last week of August to potentially film, and then we'll be back on track. It may be a little bit back and forth as you guys obviously have a newborn, but
Yeah.
we'll still keep the podcast top of mind and continue to be consistent because we've actually filmed quite a few, but unfortunately, we've lost a lot of footage or cameras have cut off or sound has been lost, or I don't even know. There's been a lot of malfunctions, but
Yeah, there have.
yeah, we plan to get
So
back on track.
yeah, we are gonna get back on track. We're finally, like, about a week ahead right now. So that's why, even though baby should be born in the next couple of days, it'll be a few days ago whenever you do watch this. New YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on not Spotify or Apple, then please subscribe to the new YouTube channel that is a Spamcast only. And then if you are listening on an audio platform, just make sure that you, whatever the thing is in that particular platform, like, add it to your library if you're on Apple, or I don't remember if Spotify's like subscribe or star it, or whatever, but that stuff all helps us to just kind of get more insights and, like, what people do and don't like. And also it helps push it further in the algorithm. So that would be super, super helpful.
Yeah. And as always, if you have hot takes, you have ideas, you have questions, leave them in the comments, DM us on our socials. Those will also be in the description, I believe. And we will add those into the podcast. Normally, we have more of a structure that we've been doing. We've been doing like hot topics, hot takes, Q&A, just so we can provide value, opinions, spark some debate. So if there's anything you guys have on your mind, let us know so we can chat about it.
Cool. Sounds good. We appreciate you guys. And I guess Addie and Jermaine, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye, guys.